Hey guys, my name is Haley. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you my Reading Rush, Stay-at-Home Reading Rush TBR. Normally Reading Rush goes during summer. I think it's like July. It's just a readathon here on BookTube if you are somehow not familiar with it. But the creators, Ariel and Raylene, decided to make one for the month of April while we're all stuck at home. So it's going to be happening tomorrow, actually, April 16th through the 19th. So just a little shorter version. Normally it's a week. We get 4 days just to all come together in this time. And I'm really excited about it. I do appreciate all the efforts that people everywhere are making to just kind of make this a little bit easier for everybody and make it so that people can have a good time. So they created a tag and then some prompts as they usually do for what to read. So I'm going to do the tag as well. So let's start with that and then I'll get into my TBR. So the first question is, how is your reading going while you're staying at home? And it's about the same, honestly. Like, I feel like I should be reading more. I just find that a lot of the time I just don't really want to do anything. I don't have a lot of motivation to really do anything. I've been kind of coloring mostly, but I have been reading. I've finished a book. I read the Honey Don't list, which I'm going to be posting a review of pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. Hello, Ren is here making her usual video appearance. I think she wants to be on her tree. No, I don't know. Oh, there she goes. I've also found that I've been in this weird mood where I lose interest in books a lot. And this is something that normally happens to me. I DNF books way more than most people probably do. I will often come back to them, but not always. My mood just changes so much. And it's been happening a lot lately, which is why I'm really trying to focus on just short books and graphic novels so that I don't have the time to lose interest. I really just need like faster paced books to keep going. Question 2 is, where have you been reading at home? Mostly I've been reading in the bath to kind of just have my time to relax and kind of let everything go. It's actually been really, really good for my mental health to just sit, take a bath, and just read, put away my phone. And then the other thing I've been doing is reading in bed. So just as we're going to sleep, I will pull out my tablet or whatnot and read there. So the next question is, what is your favorite feel-good book? And I could easily say any Harry Potter book, but I think that the prompt is to try to get recommendations so that anybody who watches this can find a feel-good book to pick up. And everybody knows about Harry Potter. And I'm choosing another very, very popular book, but I really can't think of any other answer. So that is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. This book it gives me the same kind of vibes that rereading Harry Potter does. This is one of those books I can read over and over again. Honestly, I think I could read this book more than I can read Harry Potter books. This book is just like so comforting. It feels like being at home. One of my favorite things about it is how fast paced it is. And when I was just talking about how I have a hard time staying committed to books, I never have that problem with this book because the pacing is truly excellent in my opinion. I actually look to this a lot for inspiration when I am trying to plot out my own books, and this is like my goal as far as pacing is when it comes to writing. I think it's brilliant and it's so good at keeping you interested from beginning to end, in my opinion. So it always is just engaging, and I feel like the characters are my friends. And then the next question is, what is a book that you wish that you could buy or borrow from the library? And this has been on my list for quite a while, and I was about ready to make the purchase, and this all happened, and now I just have to completely conserve my money. And that is The Haunted Mansion: Imagineering a Disney Classic by Jason Searle. I believe that's how you say it. So it's just what it sounds like. It's just a behind the scenes about the history of the Haunted Mansion, which is one of my absolute favorite attractions at Disneyland. So I've been really dying to read it, and now who knows how long it's going to be before I get to, but it will be the first book that I buy when I'm able to. And then the next question is, who is an author that you want to shout out at this time? And for me, it is Neil Gaiman, which is a little ironic because what I've read of his so far hasn't been my favorite. But I really like his Twitter presence and what he has to offer about writing advice and just the way that he seems to see the world. And recently I saw that LeVar Burton tweeted that he was trying to find books that he could read to people while they're stuck at home, and he was having trouble trying to find things that were shorter, that were public domain. And Neil Gaiman said, I give you a blanket permission to read any of the books that I want. And it was just one of those first things that I saw that just really touched me. And like I was saying earlier, that I just seeing people come together to help each other out, it was just such a warm feeling, and I really appreciated that. So it was just a nice little thing to see during this time. And I appreciate this question, because when I watch this video after we've gotten past all of this, it'll be a nice reminder of all the good things that I've seen people do that have touched me at this time. And then the final question is, what is your reading rush TBR? So on to the prompts, which the first prompt is a book with a house on the cover. And that is The Vision. This is volume 1, so it's called Little Worse Than a Man. So there's a very clear door. That is a house. So it is by Tom King, and I don't know the artist's name very well. Gabriel Hernandez Walta is the artist. So basically, Vision decides that he wants to kind of create this atomic family. So it takes place in modern times, but it's got a very 50s kind of aesthetic to the family dynamic. And obviously he creates his family, which I think is really interesting. My boyfriend has been talking this up so strongly, and even though Scarlet Witch isn't in this, he believes that this is what WandaVision might at least be vaguely based on, because of the whole kind of 50s vibe, if you've seen any of the footage that they've put out or images. So I've been really interested in reading this book for a while. I've heard really good things, obviously, like I said, and it sounds like something that I would love. So this is the perfect time. There's only 2 volumes to it, so I could very easily read volume 1 and 2 during this readathon, and I'd be very happy to get that checked off of my very, 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 very long graphic novel TBR. And then the second prompt is to read a book in the same room the whole time. So it's probably going to be that Vision book, and I'm going to challenge myself to read out on the balcony. I have not been getting as much sunlight as I would like, and the weather has been really nice, so I think it'd be great to take advantage of that right now and read out on the balcony, especially if it's just my little graphic novel. It's not going to take that long, so I think that's a very realistic goal. And then the next prompt is to read a book set in a place that you wish you could go. So for me, hello again. So more than anything, I really want to go to Disneyland, and I have a lot of different options of books involving Disneyland that I could read. And the book that I've been wanting to read the most recently is A Crash of Fate by Zoraida Cordova. I know her name, but it's a tongue twister. So this takes place in Batu, which is the planet that the Galaxy's Edge is supposed to be, and it was written kind of to promote the land. I've been there, so I want to read it and kind of get the references to the place, and then when I go again, see hopefully more things will come to life from the book. So that's what I've been really interested in. I don't know a whole lot about it. I read the synopsis a while ago, so all I really remember is that there were friends, a boy and a girl, who were separated, and I think they come back together, if I remember correctly. Yes, that is correct. And there is obviously some young adult fashion romance, which is great. Romance has really been helping me get through this, so I'm really intrigued by this one. And it's short enough that with how slow I am as a reader, I think I have a pretty good shot of finishing this. Actually, I think I could actually finish all of my books on this list during this readathon. We'll see. And then the final prompt is to read a book that will make you smile. So again, I just kind of went with romance. It's not one I've read before, but generally, if you pick a book that is specifically a romance, it's a pretty good chance it's going to make you smile in the end. So I went with Well Met by Jen DeLuca. I started this a little while ago. I have a bookmark in here. And I think I just wasn't in the mood for it. It wasn't that I wasn't feeling it. I just think I wasn't feeling it at the time. And I've been thinking about it a lot lately, especially since, like I said, romances are lighter. They've been a lot easier to get through. So I think this is the perfect time to read it. and also, again, short. I always get through romances pretty fast, so that's my whole TBR. It's only 3 books, but I think it's a realistic goal, and I can possibly finish all 3 of them in the weekend, which would be really exciting. So I'm really looking forward to participating in this readathon. I think it's such a great thing. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody come together and help participating in the Instagram live read-ins and whatnot. I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So, oh my gosh, Ren, my cat's trying to get into my closet. Could you stop? She doesn't care. I'm so close to the end of the video. But yeah, so I'm going to wrap this up real quick because she's just being a little nightmare. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you feel so inclined, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys soon.